Shalom everyone, welcome to this channel, and thank you so much to everyone who give their support to this channel. And if in case you have any trouble on how to subscribe YouTube channel, just kindly go to youtube.com, look for sign in button there, click that one and look for create an account, and there create an account to providing the data that they're asking to you. So you can subscribe YouTube channel. It's like creating a Facebook account that you can do anything in Facebook unless you have a Facebook account. So same thing too with YouTube. You need to have a YouTube account too for you to be able to subscribe in YouTube channel. And just in case you have any queries or questions or requests, kindly reach me out to my messenger in my Facebook account. Just add my middle name Sintaon in my YouTube channel, so just look for Yelchel Sintaon Zulinski, and there you can send your questions or requests so I can respond it easily and faster. And thank you so much. So last time we deal about who and where are the Israelites or the descendants of Israel, and we found out that they are you and me, and we are scattered all over the face of the earth, fulfilling to the very word of our Creator to our forefather Israel that was confirmed unto his son Joseph or Joseph, and to the son of Joseph, that is Ephraim, our forefather, that his descendants will become multitude of nations. And since we are scattered all over the earth, we are, should I say, defiled. Why? Because we lost our identity. We lost our language. We lost our belief system. We lost our way of life. And we lost our celebrations. And we tend to follow now the celebrations, the way of life of the nations where we are scattered. And we need to be restored. Why? So we can claim that we are Israelites, because there is a great promise to us of our Creator found in Isaiah chapter 43, especially with what we are facing now of the world. It's really a great help to become an Israelite, so we can claim that if we are going to be restored. And so today we are going to start a restoration. We're going to start with the celebration that the world will live in. Try to tell us that we should celebrate this on January 1. And that's what we are going to deal today, if that is true. Okay, our elementary science tells us that we live on an earth that rotates and revolves. And its rotation makes our daytime and nighttime. So I have here a globe, a model of the earth that we live in. And so as we try to look here, we have the sun. And so if we try to face the sun, we are experiencing daytime. And as the earth tries to rotate, we tend to go away from the sun. And that is why we have what we call the daytime. And that one rotation of the earth will be finished in 24 hours or one day. And as the earth rotates, it also revolves. It revolves around the sun, following a pathway called orbit. And we live in an earth that is a sphere and has 4 cardinal directions, namely north, south, west, and east. And as we travel around the sun, we also go to the 4 cardinal directions, sun as our reference point. So we go south, east, north, and west of the sun. And that different location of ours, or should we say, and since we are scattered in a different location of the earth, some of us are on the northern hemisphere and some of us are on the southern hemisphere. And as we also try to travel in the different locations or directions, as we travel around the sun, those Israelites who are scattered in the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere experience these four seasons, that namely winter, spring, summer, and fall or autumn. And while those Israelites who are scattered around the equatorial region somehow are not affected by that season as we move or travel around the sun. And that's we are going to deal as we go farther. Okay, so be with me and let's try to go as we travel. So now start with our travel with as we move to the south. So when we are on the south, those Israelites who are scattered in the northern hemisphere are exposed to the sun, and that is why their daytime are longer while their nighttime are shorter, and so they experience this season that we call summer. While those Israelites that are on the southern hemisphere are experiencing the season that we call winter. Why? Because they are away from the sun, and so their nighttime are getting longer and their daytime is getting shorter. As we move eastward or on the east, the earth is aligned to the sun, and so we will experience what we call equinox, and that is we have an equal daytime and nighttime, about 24 hours daytime and 24 hours nighttime. After that equinox, those who are in the northern hemisphere, they are going to have a fall, because they tend to be away from the sun, and so their daytime is getting shorter and their nighttime is getting longer. Opposite to those who are in the southern hemisphere, their daytime, because they tend to be exposed more to the sun, their daytime is getting longer while their nighttime is getting shorter, and so they have the season that we call spring. Okay, so and then as we move northward or on the north, there the northern hemisphere, as we see, is far away from the sun, and so their nighttime is getting longer and their daytime is getting shorter, and so they have the season that we call winter. Opposite on those Israelites that are scattered on the northern hemisphere, they are exposed to the sun, and so their daytime is getting longer while their nighttime is getting shorter. As we continue to travel on the west, rather, again, we will become aligned to the sun, and so we will experience again equinox. And then comes in the spring of the northern hemisphere and the fall of the southern hemisphere. And we can finish traveling around the sun, by the way, or one revolution in 365 and 1/4 days. And after we can travel 365 and 1/4 days, we need to start to travel again, and supposedly that marks our new year. Supposedly, new year means new revolution around the sun. It means supposedly, new year supposedly mean that we are going to start again revolving around the sun. And if there is anyone who knows when the earth starts to rotate and start to revolve, there is no one than our Creator. And so our Creator told our forefathers, the Israelites, after they get out from the land of Egypt, that the first month after the spring supposedly is the first month of our year before we were scattered. And so with that too, our forefathers the feast of Passover and unleavened bread. That would be the thing that we are going to deal in my next video, because our Creator knows that time will come, that somebody will arise, that they are going to change our time, our seasons, and our laws. And also with that, our Creator also give the signs in our nature. And by the way, you might be get confused because we have some are on the northern hemisphere and some are on the southern hemisphere. And so we have two springs, should we say. The northern hemisphere experiences spring as we are here in the west, and the southern hemisphere experiences spring on the south. So you might be confused when should be the base of that new year that is on the spring. Notice that our Creator told when is the first month of our year on the people, the Israelites people who are in the northern hemisphere, and that I would say that when the northern hemisphere had their spring, should I say, that is the time that is our new year, or should we say, we start to revolve around the sun again. And another thing, supposedly, we're going just to wait the equinox, the equal daytime and nighttime, and then after that we are going to wait for the first new moon. Why? Because supposedly we call that month because supposedly that should be based in the cycle of the moon. When the moon finish its should we say a revolution around the earth or circling around the earth, that should be the basis for our month. And that revolution, should I say, or the circling of the moon around the earth should be finished in 29 point something days, or should we say we're around that off to 29.5 days. So supposedly the days of our month should be just 29 or 30 days. But Pope Gregory changed that thing, so we have now 28 days, 29 days, 30 days, and 31 days. I don't know what's his basis for the thing, but could I say? Our Creator, I guess that's just but a fulfillment of the prophecy in the book of Daniel or Daniel. We can find that in chapter 7. And for us to better understand that, we can also go for chapter 2 of the book of Daniel, that it says there we can see the dream of Nebuchadnezzar that was interpreted by Daniel through the help of our Creator, that there will be 4 kingdoms who are going to rise on the earth, and that is, should we say, Babylonia, Medo-Persia or Median on Persia, and then we have Greek and we have Roman Empire. And then as we can see in chapter 7, there that 4 kingdoms will rise. There's a king that will rise there because there are 10 kings, as I remember, if I got it right, that he's going to change the times and the season, and I believe that is Julius Caesar, because he's the one who mandated to use Gregorian calendar. So now we lost the calendar that our Creator gave to us, and we tend to follow now Gregorian calendar. But notice this Gregorian calendar's name. We have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Notice this name September. It comes from the word sept, and sept comes from septa. Supposedly this 9th month is the 7th month. And notice also October comes from octa, 8. Then we have November, nuna, 9. And we have December, deca, 10. And supposedly December is the 10th month, and January should be the 11th month, and February should be the 12th month. And then if the reckoning of the month should be based on the cycle of the moon, then supposedly the new moon that will comes in on March should be the first month of the year, and supposedly there comes in our new year. Okay, so with that, I believe that our new year, we should celebrate that when the northern hemisphere or the Israelites or the land of Israel will be experiencing its spring. Why? Because that is where our Creator told us that to that land and to the people of that land long time ago that would be our new year. And also the nature tells us that When spring comes, the new life comes in, so that is why it's supposedly be in the new year and not supposedly to be in January. Why? Because it's still winter, and that will tell us that the earth didn't finish revolving around the sun yet, and supposedly we shouldn't celebrate New Year on January 1. We need to wait for the equinox, because that would mean that the earth is aligned to the sun, and after that comes in on the northern hemisphere the spring. So when spring comes in, we need to wait for the new moon, because supposedly that is the basis for the month, and the first month that will come in after the equinox marks the spring, or should we say, the first new moon of the time, should we say, is the first month of the year. And I hope that I share something worthy of your time. Until next time, yes willing, shalom. And if you find this channel worthy of your time, kindly subscribe. Thank you so much.